the AFL team of the century, the Sledge team of the century. This is going to be a big team.
Well, I've got a couple of stories.
Why are you only vice-captain of his team, by the way?
Well, I think there's plenty better sledges than I was, but my favourite sledge of all time, Stevie J, was the opening night of Metricon Stadium up there, Suns versus the Cats. Stevie J kicked 7. I didn't start on him, but he certainly kicked the last 4 or 5 on me. And halfway through the last quarter, when he kicked his 7th, he come running up into my face and started screaming, cash or credit, cash or credit. And eventually I just said, what are you talking about, mate? He didn't reply, he just kept saying that. So the next day at recovery, I went up to Gaz and I said, I'm not sure if this means anything to you, Gaz, but last night Stevie started yelling out, cash or credit. And Gaz just started laughing his head off. He goes, that means you had the front row tickets to the Stevie J show, and how did you want to pay for that with cash or credit? So that was very sharp from Stevie.
Well, he's a walk-up start, and that's the sort of stuff we want. Not that, rough, honestly. You got tennis shoes on. That's not getting in. He wanted to work on his game there, rough. That's not real funny.
Who's captain?
You write these down. You go writing them down?
Stevie J is in there. Stephen Milne, I played on a couple of times, and he always had a lot to say, especially after he kicked a goal, and he'd get up in your face and go... And I said to him one day, I can't understand you, take your mouth guard out. So he took it out and said... I said, no, put it back in, mate, you made more sense. So Milne definitely has to go in there.
So what about you, Schwatter? Were you any good on the lip?
No, I just tried to belt blokes,
You
guys.
weren't bad.
No. Coming from you.
Yeah,
you were pretty good,
half forward.
I heard you were pretty good.
The duck was quite good. Yeah, I can recall a day where he called a trainer over because a number 47 from another team was playing on him. He couldn't
Barry
bag him because he didn't know the name of the bloke.
Bulldogs.
So he called the trainer over. Tony Shaw was a serial sledger.
Well,
about anything and everything.
No, he was. I got under Tony Shaw's skin one day. I decided to get on the front foot because Collingwood had that reputation, particularly when we played at Victoria Park, and sure he would be the one that would take the charge. So I thought, I'll take it upon myself as a youngster to go after him. So I attacked him from the opening bounce. He was playing on Andy Lovell, and Andy just happened to have a day out. And every time he touched the footy, I would just run and scream at Shorey, and it got him in the end. He snapped in the end, and but he was good. Darren Mullane, the late great, we've had a text through. He was good. Craig Kelly tried to, but he didn't have much to back it up.
Michael Voss, Hall of Famer.
Vossi was good.
Yep. Well, they say Hall of Fame. It's something that you wouldn't expect. I played with a guy called Brett Lovett, who was an outstanding footballer, great state player, fourth in the Brownlow, and quiet man off the field, but very, very good sledger, very particular. Just picked his mark and went bang.
Well, guess sometimes the best sledges are by accident, and I was playing one particular night against Essendon. Hodgie was that loose defender. He's getting rounded up all night by Angus Monfries, really niggling him. They end up turning around, having a bit of a scrap, and Hodgie said, "Get lost, Stanton." So he didn't even know who it was. So that's an outstanding sledge by accident. Up at the Gold Coast only 2 weeks ago, Trent McKenzie up there playing the loose man. The Swans didn't want him to be loose too often. Buddy Franklin called him Eric McKenzie for the whole game by accident too. So they're outstanding sledges, but by accident.
The old when you pretend to not know who it is, or in that case, we genuinely didn't know who it is, that could get you. Because it's no good. You can have a go at all sorts of things, but when you go to their football talent, don't get, and when I'm not talking about sexual or racial discrimination, you go to their actual talent, and you always sort of used to go to their teammate and say, well, how can you play this bloke? And then they would look half embarrassed because they'd know you're right. So they couldn't really come back with much demo. So we're going to put that team together, and we'll start to read it out, and we'll take nominations from our pack leaders and anyone else who's there. We'll get text messages started to come through.
A lot of love for your
Mackey's-
Twitter, Gaz.
Mackey's got to go back in and a half-back flank, doesn't he?
Mackie must.
Put him in.
Yeah, he's an
gotta go
absolute
in.
must. Every footballer you speak to and you ask about, Mackie always bobs up.
So you put
Doesn't
this team
yell
together.
and rant and rave, but
So
when he spits,
actually
he's
writes
like
these
a
down,
llama. He
Brownie.
just spits venom.
Brown Dog, are you actually writing them down?
Yeah, I've got my team.
Team position. Let's
Just-
start it, right?
just do it.
No, listen, Warrior, you write them down.
No,
Yeah, I
I'll
might
write
have to,
in
'cause
position.
I don't think attention to
Brownie's
detail is
got too
Brownie's
much on
strong
his plate
suit.
at the
A
moment.
lot of love for you off Twitter, Gaz, not surprisingly, with
Well,
Liam
that's
off Twitter has nominated just Chris Judd for saying to the West Coast players, my shoulders are sore because I've been carrying you blokes for 8 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Whack him in the
Mick
guts.
McGuan was quite good. Probably followed the suit of Tony Shaw too, Gaz.
Mickey never shut up. No. He never shut up. He would just keep on and on and on.
Martin Pike, very, very good.
Was he?
Oh, yeah.
Especially after
Pike,
hours.
he goes in.
Six beers into him.
He goes in
Ferocious.
for sure. I'm getting text messages from here. I'm just trying to see. Oh,
So
no.
you got Milne in the forward pocket. Yeah, you got him.
There, me text. Hey, not allowed to mention them. No, don't mention them.